Hey everybody! Welcome to my Thanksgiving special. Now, you can see I'm in pilgrim attire. Yeah, everything, uh, except for the hat. Today I'm gonna be talking about the Thanksgiving story. So I'm gonna tell you the Thanksgiving story. 400 years ago, on September 6th, people set out, I think it was 102 people set out on the Mayflower to go to new lands, which was discovered about 200 years before by Christopher Columbus. So they went to North America. They called it the New Land. So they set off in the ship. It was a hard going because lots of rain. There were rats on the ship. The lower, the sleeping quarters were only 5 feet tall. So most men had to hunch down. Also most women. But after 2 long months, they came to America. And they were scared because of the Native Americans. But they pressed on, and they started to build they went exploring, and then they found a good spot. They called it Plymouth Plantation. So they found a good spot. They docked the Mayflower because the water was deep enough. There was already a field covered out by all the trees were chopped down by the Native Americans. So they were very scared of the Native Americans. But they pressed on. They built a house called the Common House. It took them 23 days. And on December 23rd, they finished the Common House. And a sickness came that winter. It was very bad. Killed over half of the people in Plymouth. So the Common House was what the house that was called. So the Common House was the only house that was built. There were a few storage, little shacks, sheds kind of around, but everybody was living in the Common House, and they basically had to sleep elbow to elbow on the floor. So there were only a few healthy people left after that winter. When the spring came, the Mayflower left. None of the pilgrims went with the Mayflower. They all wanted to stay and see if they could make anything better. So they stayed, and one day they built a few houses, which is good. The sickness was getting over. There were kids and stuff, plenty of kids. That spring, a Native American just walked in. The pilgrims were very scared, the Native American. To their surprise, he started speaking English. His name was Squanto. He was a slave, but he knew that there are some good English people. So he lived with the English, and taught them how to plant corn, taught them how to catch fish, and introduced them to some Indian tribes. So Squanto lived with them the rest of his life. So afterwards, after that spring, a few people went to go make a peace treaty with the Indians, or Native Americans, Native Americans, and it worked out. Squanto was their translator, and it worked great. It lasted for over 50 years. So, good job. So they caught a lot of fish. When harvest came, or when they were planting corn, they planted 4 or 5 kernels in one mound. They covered that with a fish in it to help feed the corn. They grew corn and caught fish for food. When harvest came, they were very, very excited because they had so much to harvest. They were going to have a 3-day feast and invite an Indian tribe, or a Native American tribe, I'm sorry again. They caught fish, they scavenged for mussels, they went out and hunted fowl, they killed some pigs, they killed a cow, ate some turkey, or caught some turkey, sorry. Then they went back, then they sent a few people to go get the Indian tribe, and they came back with 90 men, which is a lot. So they were scared that they wouldn't have enough food to eat. So the Indian tribe leader sent out for the Indians to go into the woods. They caught 5 deer. Now the Native Americans and Pilgrims had enough to eat. So they roasted those up, and for 3 days they feasted and played games. And the Pilgrims, as you know, probably lived on thanks to the Indians. Without Squanto, the Pilgrims would have died. Thank you for watching this video. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.